maybe some of you guys knew about this, but so I did go to the the Inart events. Let me pause this here. In San Diego, it says right there, across the street from the convention center in San Diego. So I went to the Inart event. I took some video, pictures, and stuff like that. They showed, some 112 stuff like this that you see right here. Actually, it looked like they had a lot more 112 stuff. As you see here, this Henry Cavill, Superman, and the Batfleck, and then all these other ones that I think these were revealed before, but they showed them here again here. And they do have some other 1/6. I guess the main one, or at least the one that was different from last year, was the Corn Sweat Superman. So I got some video of that. So we'll get into that in a bit. Well, there you go. So that's it right here, in person, right here, the Corn Sweat Superman. I mean, it looks cool. It looks great.
It looks really good.
From what I'm able to tell here in person, and so again, this is just a prototype, right? So I think this is supposed to come out second quarter of next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there wasn't really like too many. Like I don't think there was really. Yeah, there wasn't any reveals or anything like that. These are ones that we have already seen. Like obviously these three, the Harry Potter ones, have been released already. I believe these 112 ones here that you see have been revealed before. Then of course, what's the name of this guy from the video game? This 1/6 figure. I forget the guy's name. Yeah, I think so. It is right. Yes.
Yeah.
So they had him. They had him there. Then they were showing that the Michael Jackson one that was just released. So I saw that here. It looks pretty cool. It looks very like in person. It looks amazing. Like I said, I'm waiting for a potential Thriller one. But then of course we have the Negan one from The Walking Dead, which I believe they showed this last year. So I can't compare it to see if they really changed anything, but it looks really good from what I can tell here. So like I said, I'm not going to be collecting any Walking Dead figures from Inart or just in general, but it looks really good. It looks like a mini. I'm sorry, what's the name of the actor's name? I always think of him as the comedian, but
Dean Morgan or
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Dean Morgan. There you go. So it looks just like him. It looks great. If I was a huge Walking Dead fan, I'll be super excited for this.
All I need from The Walking Dead is Michonne with her 2 zombie pets. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If I didn't get my Okoye yet, I'll sell for that.
Oh, you're Okoye.
Is Negan? Is that the first one that's going to come out? He's coming out before Rick or Daryl.
I'm not sure actually. I don't remember if anyone asked if that's the first one that was going to come out, because they did do a Q&A towards the end. I don't remember anyone asking if this is going to be the first one. This is the only one they obviously showed, right? Because wasn't it last year that they showed what's the guy's name? Rick? Is it Rick?
Rick Grimes and Daryl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they didn't have any of those. So I'm guessing this one will be announced first because it's here, but who knows, right? I was thinking that the show was the Reeve Superman, but they actually didn't have that much new stuff.
Did they say anything about that?
No one really asked about that either.
I'm about to say, is AC, what's it called? GHK. Is it still going on?
Yeah, through the 29th.
Oh,
Okay.
is it really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because usually if
they didn't hold it today. It's like it was Friday, yesterday, and I guess the 29th.
Yeah, because if Inart was going to show like the good stuff, they would do it over there and not here because traveling with all that stuff and yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, they didn't have much here at this event. There was just these figures that you see here. That's what they had.
Did anyone ask them about Game of Thrones?
No one asked about Game of Thrones. Damn, you should have gone, Adam. Damn. I mean, I didn't ask because I'm only interested really in any Matrix, and I know that they already said that it's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, someone asked about Lucasfilm and Disney, and we all know the answer to that. Not anytime soon. I guess it's a hard license to get for them. So I guess they do ask each year about the Lucasfilm license, but they haven't.
We do not need motherfuckers need to realize we don't fucking need more Marvel and Star Wars.
Yes.
We got enough of that shit. God damn, we got more of that shit than we need.
Exactly.
Stop
you
it.
know what? You know what?
I think Hot Toys is deeply embedded with the Disney Corporation because they're doing all these non-Marvel Star Wars, like Cos Babies, and they just did that Stitch that's coming out. So they're
Right.
It seems like they're expanding and doing more Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Renz Tolentino dropping by. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Renz, for joining us in the live chat. Much appreciate that there. Actually, John, the guy from Inart, he asked everyone who was there, and he just randomly asked, like, out of nowhere, and he was like, would any of you guys pick up a John McClane Die Hard figure? And basically everyone raised their hand. So
I've
so
got
it
a
looks
custom.
like they might be. So it looks like they might be looking into getting that license. So
That'd be huge.
yeah, so
That's a good pickup.
I
yes,
really
yes.
think they really need to concentrate on getting that worldwide license before they decide to ask for any other license. They need to work on that worldwide license because we are getting tired of always going through third-party places, and you have to send it back if there's something defective. Yeah, get that worldwide license first. Just work on that first.
yeah. And I think someone asked about once they start a line. I don't remember if it's just in general or specifically, the Harry Potter line or maybe the Snyderverse line. But they were intending on completing the line whenever they start. I just don't recall if it was just like Harry Potter or just in general, if that's what they mean, that they'll finish it. Even though they know that they may, maybe a character won't sell well. But yeah, so one of the things that they mentioned there.
With that in mind, did anyone ask about like the Hobbits in terms of Frodo and Sam and Merry and Pippin? Are they doing those?
I don't remember anyone asking that. Although I did go to the bathroom at one point, but I don't remember them asking that question. I know Jose was there too.
It's in there.
What did you ask?
We
You didn't ask from the hard
gotta
stuff,
prep you
man.
next time, Gio.
Are we still talking about this?
Sorry, I had
With
to
all
pee,
these things
so-
going on right now. You want to talk about this weirdo?
Yeah, I had to pee, so I was like, sorry guys, I'll be back. So maybe they revealed like the most interesting shit while I was in the bathroom, but we have Mr. Jose Plus. Mr. Jose Plus was at that event as well, so he might have some insight. I know he was
Jose Plus asked the tough questions.
I think privately, but let's bring in here Mr. Jose Plus. So here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
Oh,
Hey,
look what the
Hola,
cat
hola,
dragged in.
hey, what's up, guys? How we doing today?
Good.
Doing well.
All right.
You get
All
caught.
right, what
Talking about
happened?
Inart.
What happened? Jose, what happened? What happened with
Did you ask
Inart?
the tough questions?
I did. I pulled them aside. I was talking to them and asking them kind of those questions that nobody else was really asking. Honestly, the Q&A was filled with lots of questions about their 112 scale. Don't full screen me. Don't full screen me. Go back. Don't do that. I don't like that. A lot of the questions were about their 112 scale, which it seems like they're really pushing that line. I was really surprised. Like the majority of the questions were about 112 scale, and I was telling Gio, ask a question, and Gio was like, no, I don't want to ask anything, which was surprising because you would think the way that Gio is on this show, he'd be trying to ask the tough questions, but he wasn't. He didn't even raise his hand.
What I said is that maybe you ask about that Katie Holmes Rachel figure.
No, I didn't bring that up. But when I spoke to them privately, I did ask for a couple updates, mainly the Game of Thrones line. I did ask about that specifically. Last I spoke to them a year ago, they told me that they were basically redesigning the figure, and I just wanted to see if that was still the case. They actually said that they are redeveloping it to most likely be the blue outfit from season 3 finale, I believe, the one where she gained the Unsullied.
Yes.
So if you remember that famous blue outfit, that's most likely the one that they're doing. Because I asked them what outfit. Obviously, there's a thing about, lost in translation, right? So I kept on asking them, like, what color is the outfit that you're looking at, and white or blue or color, and they said blue. So I'm assuming that's that outfit. I mean, don't take it as gospel, but that's what they told me. I asked them if that's kind of the only one they were developing, and they said at this moment they're developing 3 figures for Game of Thrones. It is the Daenerys, and they're looking to do actually 2 outfits. They said that they are going to revisit the later look for like season 7 or 8. It's 8 seasons, right? Yeah, so they're
8 seasons.
Yeah, so they're gonna revisit that one, because they're like, we like that military look for her, but we do know that the popular one will be the earlier seasons one. So they said that they most likely will do the blue one first, and if it sells well, they'll do the other one. They said they are working on Jon Snow, and then what surprised me is the third one wasn't Tyrion, but it was actually the Hound. So they told me that they're working on the Hound from Game of Thrones. So that's the one they let me know about. I did ask them specifically about the Superman in terms of articulation. A couple people had reached out to me asking me to ask them about whether he would be able to do the Superman pose with both hands up like that. They said that the limit is because of the suit material being so thin, it is risky to do a pose like that. They did develop the body specifically for the actor in mind. So in terms of the proportions, however, they weren't very specific in terms of how much you could pose that. What else did they specifically? I did ask them about the head sculpt change, about the eyes closed one, to see if they would consider doing a smiling sculpt or a smirking sculpt compared to the Hot Toys one. And once they spoke about it amongst themselves, they basically told me that basically what you're seeing is what you're getting, because the Chinese market, their feedback was not negative. It's actually overwhelmingly positive to the closed eye sculpt. So at that point, they decided if the Chinese market, and again, this is a figure that is specifically for the Chinese market. It's not a figure for us because they can't officially distribute to us, even though, again, we find our ways to order it. So they said that because the Chinese market seemed to be overwhelmingly positive about it, they weren't at the moment looking to change anything. But they were very specific about at this time. They kept on saying at this time they're not looking into developing a different head sculpt. A couple people asked. I remember one of the questions somebody asked about a new Henry Cavill, most likely from Zack Snyder's Justice League, black suit, implementing some of the new things they added for the David Cornsweet version. They said that was a very strong possibility of them doing a black suit. So if you do like the black suit, they said that was a strong possibility. Trying to think what else I asked them about.
Reeve.
Go ahead. Christopher Reeve, I did not ask specifically. That was my mistake, Adam. I should have asked them for you. But as far as I know, they're still developing that one. But they didn't. I didn't ask. I didn't follow up on that one. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything else. But yeah.
In terms of Walking Dead, is this the first Negan figure? Is this the first one that's going to be released?
Someone asked them about it, specifically about what was the holdup, because again, they showed all 3 of them last year. Now they were only showing Negan, so they were asking about the other 2. They said that right now the reason that was holding it up was Norman Reedus' people. That was holding it up. I guess he really is very picky about his likeness and wanted to make sure that he was okay with it. Apparently he looked at a prototype version of it and was happy with it, but his team actually are inquiring about them making him the version from the spin-off show and not so much from The Walking Dead. For whatever reason, I guess they believe that it would be more beneficial if they make it from the spin-off rather The Walking Dead. So I believe that because it's The Walking Dead now, it's they have to like either try to convince them to do the Walking Dead version, or have to do basically an off-brand of the Walking Dead with the, I don't know what the spin-off is called, but basically do the spin-off version for Daryl. His name's Daryl, right? From the Norman Reedus.
Daryl Dixon, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just called The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
Daryl
for the spin-off.
Dixon show.
The Daryl Dixon show, yeah.
Looks like we lost Mr. Beam. Says, sorry, y'all. The storm moving through knocked out my power. Okay.
Too bad.
All right, that sucks, Beam. If you're able to, hop on, of course, we'll bring you on here. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Graham dropping by here. The Jedi Knights Watch says, 112 scale really doesn't appeal to me, but happy for those that like it. So thank you so much, Mr. Graham, for joining us here. Connor says, damn, yet Hot Toys got the Death Stranding likeness. Right.
Yeah, I know. That's
And also, who wants that standalone show version? What the fuck? Whack.
I think that's why Inart is still taking a while, because I think they're trying to come out with some sort of negotiation in regards to doing the Walking Dead version. But
what's the difference? Honestly,
I don't know.
It's the same guy wearing grungy clothes. What's the difference?
I don't know. Someone in the chat, someone who actually watched, say something
both.
about that.
The show is actually the spin-off show with respect to Connor. It's actually a good show compared to some of the other spin-offs. But I think obviously he's older than he is in The Walking Dead, so they probably need to make his head sculpt a little bit older. But the second piece is his outfit is a little different in the older shows, as opposed to the mainline Walking Dead series, where his most popular outfit is he's wearing a vest with an angel wings in the back of it, and he's usually more carrying his crossbow, his signature weapon.
Got it.
All right, so yeah, so that was the Inart event there. Anything else that you can remember, Jose?
They did mention the Batman movie, if they were going to expand on that line.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They didn't specifically state if they would specifically about the Batman, but they did say that they were fans of the Penguin spinoff, and most likely we're looking at doing a Penguin. So they do like it. So we really like it. So if we do one, it might most likely would be the Penguin. So that's what they. Yeah,
from the series.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Any other thoughts, guys, on the Inart events, what we've seen so far anyway?
The Negan looks really good, but this is also the character that made me stop watching The Walking Dead. So fuck this guy.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of people feel that way.
Yep.
I already knew what was going to happen, because I read the comics. So it's going to happen. Everybody's going to get pissed off and then click off.
We have Mr. Connor. Mr. Connor said this goes back to the current issue, jumping around to different films instead of sticking to one film / season. It's also a completely different look. Referring to Daryl, right? Let's see. Like, cool. We got a Half-Blood Prince Snape with all of the Sorcerer's Stone figures. So,
I'm not so picky about those type of things. Go ahead, Adam.
Jose, did you ask or they talk to you at all about Lord of the Rings, and if they plan to do Frodo and Sam, or maybe Merry and Pippin anytime in the next year or so?
They said that their plan is to finish the full line of Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship.
The Fellowship.
So that's what they said. Yes.
What about are they planning on doing Gandalf the White?
So I didn't specifically ask that one. I don't know if someone else did when I wasn't around. But the last time that was brought up, they did mention that that's likely. So okay. I would see that personally. In my opinion, this is not something that they said, but I think that it's very likely.
I would love to get that. Just I think I missed out on the first Gandalf, and rather than going back, I would get a Gandalf the White.
Let's see. Any other thoughts, guys? On
Yeah,
the
or
Inart
any
stuff?
other, if you have anything, other questions, maybe I can remember if you ask about it. Because right now I can't. I'm totally blanking on anything else they might have asked. But if you can think about anything, let
I
me know.
know. I know.
Go ahead.
John brought up the John McClane stuff, right?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. About,
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah. So it's just basically what I said. You know, he just asked everyone, you know, who would be interested in a John McClane from Die Hard, you know, figure, stuff like that. So like everyone was their
it's
hand.
interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. A lot of the times, it seems like their concern is about how the sales would go. I did ask them specifically when they were addressing the Batman. I asked them about the Zoe Kravitz Catwoman specifically, and their first question was like, "Well, do you think it would sell like the Hathaway Catwoman?" That was their first, like their question to me in response to the question. And I told them, yeah, absolutely, the U.S. market for sure is craving that because no one else. It's untapped market there. No one has made that figure. So
buy that.
I definitely think so. I definitely think that it would sell. And he's like, "Are you sure about that?" Like they seemed very like, you know, like they needed convincing because they didn't seem like it would sell. But they were like, "Well, we're doing Hathaway. We're doing a Hathaway one." And I'm like, "I know it's cool. I mean, everybody likes the except for Robert, but everybody likes the Dark Knight trilogy as a whole, right? So everybody likes those figures. So I understand that. But I was like, I do think that this is something you guys should consider." And they seemed like, oh, okay, like, but they didn't give me any inclination that they would ever consider it.
Two other figures: Batman Begins, Batman, and Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot, however you say your last name.
Yeah. So for the Gal Gadot, I actually they were showing me, this is just stays on this stream, all right? I know, but they were showing me something on their phone, and they were like looking through their stuff, and I was kind of like, you know what I mean? I was kind of like, look, in the when they were scrolling, I did see a couple head sculpts of the Gal Gadot prototype that they're working on. So it's definitely something that they're still working on. And they did say that they're doing Gal Gadot on 1/12 scale. I know no one cares about it, but they did mention that openly. But when I was looking, it definitely looked like 1/6 scale, the head sculpt that they were looking at. They also showed me the Hathaway Catwoman head sculpt briefly. I was like, is that ready to go? And they were like, it most likely will go up for pre-order in August. And then they're like, I told them, is it true that it's gone through like several revisions? They're like, yeah, we weren't initially happy with the first prototype. So it's been a lot of, it's like we're constantly doing revisions to try to perfect it as best as we can. So because I was like, the rumor was that you guys did about 30 revisions. And they're like, yeah, I mean, it seems about right, but we do that with every sculpt. So we do that. And it's like, and then if it's overwhelmingly positive, we'll leave it as is. But if there's a negative feedback or reception to the head sculpt, at that point you will see us completely, start over like they did with the Draco Malfoy. With the Draco Malfoy, as you saw with him, people did not like that sculpt. So we basically went back to the drawing board and started doing another version in terms of the head sculpt. So
30 years
well,
old
Batman
revisions.
Begins.
Batman Begins. I didn't ask them about that one specifically, but I will tell you that last year I was heavily pushing them about Batman Begins because it's one of my favorite films, if you guys know. And I was asking them about Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, however you prefer to pronounce it.
Yeah.
I was asking them about that. I was asking them about not about Katie Holmes. That's just between us. but I was asking them. And then I did ask about Cillian Murphy because at the time, Hot Toys had not done that in one. And they actually knew who Cillian Murphy was because of Oppenheimer. So I showed them the photo and they're like, "Oh, Oppenheimer." And I was like, "Yeah, like would you guys consider that?" They were like, "Oh, maybe." But what's interesting is that they didn't seem as enthusiastic about Batman Begins.
Of course not.
I think it's mainly because, from my understanding, I guess it didn't hit as big. It wasn't until it hit big when it was The Dark Knight, and then they had that scene in Hong Kong, and it became very mainstream. So The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises are very popular in China, but Batman Begins not so much. Because when I showed them the picture of Ra's al Ghul, they were like, who is that again? Like they didn't even if they don't know who he is, then there's not a good chance they'll make it. So
how do you watch the second and the third?
Yeah.
How do you not watch the what the
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I believe in China they weren't like the movie theater scene wasn't huge around 05. I think that there was like a really big boom around the time of like the Iron Man film and then the Dark Knight in China, where those films really hit. So I believe that that's the reason. I'm sure that people have seen it, but again, they're not as popular.
Unless it was one of those, unless Batman Begins, one of those movies that China did not pick up to.
It's also
show.
possible
I mean-
because that sometimes there's just films that don't get picked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very much
Right.
possible that might have been it.
Right.
So
That might be because there's a scene towards the beginning of the film where they don't specifically say it, but it seems like it's the prisons in China. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's probably why. Yeah.
they didn't pick up the film.
Yeah. I'm sure they still find ways of watching it, but it's not like,
Okay.
let's go watch it in the theater. It's more accessible, but I'm
yeah,
might be it.
that's a really good point, guys, because it's like there's certain films that they won't screen in China, so it's possible that Begins didn't.
Wait. Was it that it was in China or was it that it was in Mongolia?
I have no idea.
I mean,
Right.
anything that's shown in a negative light, they're not gonna show it. But let's move on to the next thing here, guys. Thank you so much, Jose, for all your input. It almost seems like I wasn't there myself, but thank you so much, Jose.
Well, you know what? It's because I was kind of harassing them. I mean, I was like, you saw, like, they would be by themselves, and I'd go there and be like, what about this? What about this? What about like I was asking them.
Jose
so
was
many
harassing them. Yeah, I was putting my hands to myself and stuff, but
Whoa.
Get on Inart's Facebook page and bug them to make Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, yeah. I mean, if I think that what the concern there, they feel like it wouldn't sell. So I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that would sell really well.